Hello YouTube friends, thanks for finding me. Originally I posted a variety of topics on my Cowfish Pro channel, so welcome to Ponds and Gardens with Cowfish Pro, where I am going to focus just on ponds and gardens, and you won't have other topics going into your feed when you subscribe. In my last video, I was showing the state of the pond and gardens and greenhouse, and it was about the end of March, and you can see everything was still looking pretty barren. So here are the fish in the pond. We got a good look at them. And in a minute, we're going to see a contrast of how much it greened up in just 4-ish weeks. It's about the end of April when I recorded this. Look at the difference. Definitely a lot more green. Plant life is shooting up in the garden. I see signs of lily pads. Very exciting. That means it won't be much longer before I see lotus flowers. Love it. Here is the pumpkin patch. I haven't done anything with it yet. Pretty soon I'll be starting my seeds to grow my pumpkins. But my husband did rototill it for me, so you can see the updated version. It's more ready for when I get my little seedlings going, and I can transplant them in to the actual patch here. And I also showed off my birch tree. It was just starting to get some buds. This is my weeping white birch tree. It's still kind of a sapling. It's only about 3 years old. I got it when it was only about 1.5 to 2 feet tall. And a few weeks later, look at it now. It's really filling out, greening up. It looks so pretty. I love it. I love how it does have the hanging branches, very similar to a weeping willow. And I feel like I have the best of both worlds because I really want a weeping willow, but I also love that white birch. Here we're looking at my blackberry bushes. We can see some of the vines, and they were just starting to get some buds on them. Clear up that video a little bit, and we can see a little bit better. And over here, let's get that focused. There it is. So those buds were coming out at the end of March. All right, and let's take a look at what they show now. Definitely greening up. We see some more buds coming out. They look more prominent, but when you look towards the back, near the fence there, you can see some leaves are actually out. I had such a great crop of blackberries last year, so I'm curious to see how they do this year. But it's so fun to see how everything is greening up. And then here's the little garden area where we let some flowers grow along the back fence. Pretty barren looking. I haven't planted anything back there yet, but my husband did rototill it, so it does look more ready for some flowers to start growing. And here I wanted to show something had eaten down my Japanese maple to just this little nub, but it did have buds growing on it. So it was alive, but I decided I have to protect it somehow. I don't know if it's a squirrel or a rabbit that was eating it up. So I did put a little trellis around it and some plastic, and that seemed to help a lot. After just a week, already leaves had started growing, and it looks so much better without something gnawing on it all the time. At the end of last season, a lot of the bottom leaves and branches had gotten bitten off, so I was quite shocked to see the whole top half was eaten off this last time. Then we'll take a look at it again after 2 weeks, getting taller. more branches. So it is definitely growing, and putting this plastic around it helps a lot. It may not stop everything from getting to it, but it doesn't make it as easy to get to. And then I had just gotten a brand new Jane Magnolia tree. And to give it time to let its roots settle in, I thought I'm just going to go ahead and protect it right away. Not only will it be less inviting for animals to come and eat the young leaves, but it will also protect it from the strong winds. So here it is all wrapped up, and it's already started growing. Within 1 week I noticed a difference, so I'll probably be taking that plastic off pretty soon. The fact that it's growing tells me that the roots are getting established. And then finally we're going to take a look at my greenhouse. In my previous video I showed how my greenhouse was kind of a mess and really needed to be cleaned out. It just seems to happen inevitably. Every season things accumulate. It's not just me doing it. My husband tends to put things in here too. So I'm just showing the state of the greenhouse and all of the things that need to get pulled out and organized or just plain thrown away. So I did get all of this pulled out of the greenhouse. I organized it, and then I'm going to show the greenhouse cleaned out. It looks so much different. Oh, and that's my thermostat for my heater. In the Midwest, we still have to watch for frost up until early May. And then here's the greenhouse with all of the plants moved from the house into the greenhouse. I love that full feeling of the greenhouse. Here are my daisy seedlings. I grew these from seeds. I have a lot of them because I'm going to be giving some as gifts, but I'm also going to be putting some of these in my gardens. And I really like daisies. Not only are they pretty and hardy, but they're also perennials, and they spread real nice. And we're just looking to see how some of my trees are doing. My jasmine trees or plants, my powder puff trees, all moved in there. And then after a couple of weeks, the difference, everything's really growing. Got some sunflowers that are growing in here that got pretty tall as well. Look how much the daisies grew in just a couple of weeks. Really nice, getting more of that leafy look that daisies tend to get. Turning out very nice. The sunflowers are turning out nice. So pretty soon I'll be bringing those daisies in to work because I'm going to be giving those as gifts. There's my dwarf date palm. These are some geraniums that I had pulled in to overwinter in the house because I really liked the color. And there's more daisies. So I'll be putting these geraniums back out once we hit Mother's Day or shortly after. There are my little seedlings of dwarf date palms too, holding up nicely. There's also some petunias in there. My husband brought those in because he bought those for planters. But look at those jasmine plants. Those are really growing. And there's my red powder puff tree. It has a lot of new growth on it. They just love being in the greenhouse. If they can't be outside because it's too cold, they get such a great spectrum of light and different angles being in the greenhouse. They always do better. And then I also used water from the pond to water the plants and the trees. They do so much better with water that doesn't have chlorine in it, and the pond water is mostly rainwater. And here is another of my jasmines. That's the Grand Duke jasmine. Kind of looks like a pretty whitish rose when it blooms. And there is my pink powder puff tree. Well, that is the state of things. So I'll be checking in different aspects of the pond and garden throughout the season. Thanks so much for finding me on Ponds and Gardens with Cowfish Pro. I hope to see you next time. Take care.